the Latin musicians were going over to Birdland to play with the jazz musicians. Jazz musicians were going over to the Palladium to play with the Latin musicians. So again, musically, from the early 1900s, we see black and Latinos rocking together musically. And then we start to get into the 50s where we hear the Latin flavor in songs like Little Darling, you know, from I believe it was called Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs, and they have this song called Little, and you hear the clave rhythm, and you do the background of that song, and it is most definitely a Afro-Cuban clave rhythm. Then you get into the 60s, where now, so what's important to understand is that before Dizzy Gillespie meets Chano Pozo, no African American big bands, ragtime, jazz, none of them ever utilized the Afro percussive instruments like the bongo, the conga, the timbales. The cowbell was used on certain drum kits, but the cowbell, you know, there are people who try to say, no, we had the cowbell. The cowbell is not unique to Latin music. Well, the cowbell was used obviously in fields, and they're using the cowbell on animals, you know, to keep track of them. And we see that in China, and we see that in Africa, of course. But it was the Latin percussionists. It was Latin. To this day, Latin percussionists are making cowbells. So the cowbell, which is called El Cencero, was the instrument of choice to brighten up certain sections of Latin music, right? So nothing like this was used until Dizzy connects with Chano Pozo, and they make the song Manteca. Now, there is another song that has been brought to my attention that we didn't even realize. It's not in the documentary, and I just did a short video on it, where Dizzy Gillespie also makes a song called Nights in Tunisia. And Nights in Tunisia, now remember, Dizzy meets Mario Bauza, who is a Cuban musician in 1937. And he plays with Mario Bauza in Chick Webb's band. But then Dizzy wants to start his own band. So he's with Mario. And Mario Bauza is inspiring him, is influencing him with these Cuban rhythms. In the documentary, you hear Dizzy say that he's been